Well, on to another video chat. It's your boy Kim back at it again. Hold on. Let me see something though. What's good, y'all? We're back at it again. Before starting this video, I do want to say that I actually just previously broke this mic. I don't care because I am in the process of getting a new mic. By the time this video will be dropped, I would most likely already have my new mic. But other than that, probably like, why don't I care? I don't know. I feel like I really just reached another level of where I just not gonna just give my energy out to things that I shouldn't need to worry about. You feel me? So I'm kind of just letting go of the stuff I shouldn't worry about, things that I shouldn't care about, things that I shouldn't really give attention to. Because, you know, the more I give attention to something or try to speak on something, knowing that it's not going to give me any beneficial change in my life, it's just going to bring me down to a lower vibration. And I'm not with that. But you're probably like, what the fuck is this video? I guess you could call this the TED Talk with Ken, Thoughts with Ken. Whichever part this is, y'all will know once ever the title is made. But I think this is 2, 3, whichever ones. But I kind of really just wanted to come out here and record. I didn't intend to record, actually. Spirit just kind of put it on my mind, like, hey, my boy, go record. So I was just like, shit, fuck it, you know, why not? I was just kind of sitting here talking to myself, actually. So I was just like, you know, this would be a good moment to really just have, you know, speak. Because I would usually typically, why did I say it like that? Typically, like, you know, just vibe out, chill alone, not necessarily record. But today I was just like, I'm gonna do things a little differently because I feel more called to. And shout out to that man, because that man looked good. Respectfully, I'm not even joking. Like, bro, his back looked amazing, chest looked good. Bro has done at least 43 laps now. As if I was the here. I think more than that, actually. I just seen him go, you know, this 4th time. Before that, it was probably way more than that. So he was probably doing hella, I don't know what mile that nigga on. I'm sorry. But that's the point. Half-finished joint from previous times of such. So yeah, we're gonna smoke this, and then, you know, yeah, we're just gonna see what happens. This whole video is just gonna be authentic, by the way. I'm not doing no cuts. I'm not doing no edits. None of that shit. Like, this shit is just going to be strictly authentic to the max. If the mic dies, the mic dies. But hopefully, I will catch it and will be able to be like, okay, let me switch the shit out. But other than that, once I take this little piece out from my phone, it's over with. That this piece is no longer used, right? Like, bro, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm actually not gonna show y'all because I said this video was gonna be authentic. But let's see if I can show y'all my other phone, because I did just take a little video or whatnot. But one topic I do want to discuss is accountability. That is one topic that I want to talk on heavily today, is accountability, because I feel like accountability is being not touched on as much or as it should be. So, you know, we will be jumping into that. No bullshit. Okay. Hold on, let me see if y'all can see. Hold on, y'all, can y'all really see it? No, hold on, wait. Go back. Can y'all really see? You see that? That shit is cooked. Oh, that thing is showing food now. Yup, cooked. OG cooked. But I ain't tripping. Cause God always got, God work in miraculous ways. Like who's this to say that like I can't walk back right now and my mic wouldn't be fixed? I mean not fixed, but my new mics would have arrived. Them shits could literally be right there as soon as I get home. No bullshit. But yeah, accountability, my friend. Accountability. Where do we start with accountability? I feel like a lot of people are just scared of the reaction of somebody. Not. They're scared of the reaction when they tell the truth, or if they were to tell the truth, because they don't know how that person may react. Because there's different type of people in this world, and I can understand that. Like there's people who would crash out. There's people who would genuinely want to fucking kill you. There were people who would try to get revenge. There would be people who would cry on sight. Who would. There's just so many ways that you could possibly react. There's people that would be happy and be like, yeah, fuck yeah, who cares? People who don't care. There's so many ways that you could possibly react to such. For the reason why people are so quick to not want to tell the truth or take accountability for their actions, because they know for a fact that that action it's gonna come with a consequence regardless. You can't avoid karma or consequences. That shit is impossible. If you think that you're going to avoid karma, you're a damn lie, because that's just impossible. Because you have to take accountability, for one, to be able to understand that you were never perfect. There was a version of you that honestly was picking on people that saw things differently, that it wasn't really typically in more of a high vibrational level thinking, high mind thinking level, like if you know for a fact that you have not been perfect, don't try to come on or tell people straight up that like you're always right, knowing for a fact that you've had moments where you've been wrong and you've made mistakes and that you're not perfect and that you failed to in life, because then you're going to paint that image in somebody else's head that okay, maybe I am doing everything fucking right. In reality, they're not, and they need to hear that. It's not the fact that you have to come at them sideways and be like, oh, blah 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 blah, this that and third. No, it's just like some people generally just need to hear the truth, and if they can't sit with that, then that's just their fault. And they need to be able to really sit with themselves and be like, why am I so scared of the truth? Why am I so scared of facing myself? Why am I so scared of even battling against the one person who knows myself, which is you? Why? Why are you so scared of being able to step into your own light? Why are you so scared of your own potential? Why are you so scared to speak your voice? You generally have to sit there and ask these questions, because if you can't sit there and ask yourself these questions, you're never really going to be able to actually evolve. And that's the issue with a lot of people in this world. They don't want to evolve. They're comfortable with lying, gaslighting, keeping people at a low level, because that's what they're used to. That's what they have. What they have been taught in this world, that it's okay, but it's not. And that's one thing with me. I've definitely noticed that like I'm not here to really just do the same shit as everybody else. And I don't give a fuck if anybody likes what the fuck I do. I'm not here to satisfy you. I'm here to be in my purpose and my mission and to live out in that. Whatever the fuck that is, that's for me to do, not for you to fucking figure out, worry about, or try to stop or delay, because it's not gonna happen. Because as long as I'm here on this earth, that shit is going to be done. And as long as it's okay with God, I'm going to get that shit done. And so, yeah. But on top of that, if you you see how I'm capable of speaking on myself so highly. Some people take that. What's you call it? They don't really take what's being taught and use it to their benefit. They'll take what's being taught and use it in a more ill intent, because what's that song saying? It's like great responsibility comes with great power comes with great responsibility. And if you're misusing your gifts, your talents, the way you see this world, you're going to constantly get negative perspectives, negative attitudes, negative outcomes, negative situations. It's going to just constantly be negative. And that's why I started this video earlier saying off like, hey, you should probably keep more of a more positive mindset, because if you're not keeping more of a more positive mindset, then you won't attract what you're trying to attract in life. And same thing is going with what you're trying to align with in life. If you can't align with what you're trying to attract in life, then you're going to constantly fail yourself. You're going to constantly go through the same patterns, same repeating cycles over and over and over again, because you're too afraid to actually take accountability and see yourself within the areas that you need to grow. That's why accountability is so fucking, excuse my language, but so important. It's something that people like to ignore, because they know for a fact that once it comes to accountability, you can't run. There's no running. There's absolutely no running. You have to sit there face to face, 10 toes down, and be like, yeah, this was me. This is what happened. This is how I moved about things. And I'm not going to say that it is okay, because not everything in this world is okay. But as long as that I know that I learned from that, then I'm going to be able to move forward in life. But if I didn't learn from that situation, then I'm going to be put in that same situation over and over and over and over again until I finally have fucking learned my lesson. And some people are okay with doing that same lesson over and over and over again, because that's the chapter that they're so satisfied with in their life. Until God is just like, nah, it's time to grow. And he's going to purposely push you out of your comfort zone to grow, whether you like it or not. Because whether you like it or not, there's a time span within shit that's supposed to be happening. If you're not doing it within that time span of when it's supposed to be happening, then you're blocking your own blessings. You're blocking yourself. It's no longer delays. It's no longer projections, evil eye, or anybody else that has anything to do with you. It's you. And you need to take accountability for that. So therefore, I feel as accountability is so strong, but also so intimidating. It's crazy though, because you would think that accountability would be so easy, but when it comes down to it, and you really start to think, like, why are people so afraid of it? You're like, damn, this shit, it gets deep, because like you just don't know. You just don't know. Like, but at the same point, you also have to be able to understand that, like, you just can't care. Sometimes, like, bro, I feel like, really, I feel like, me personally, I will say you should tell the truth 100% of the time. I say, actually, no, I take that back. 99% of the time, because that 1% should be left for yourself of shit that people don't need to know. And technically, really not even 99%, to be honest with you. Only because, like I said, not everybody needs to know what the fuck is going on in your life. But at the same time, keep it real with people. Keep it a beat with people. And, like, so yeah, I still stand on that 99%, because without that 1%, you're not participating in bullshit. You're not trying so hard to fit in an area that you're not meant to fit in. honestly keeping that in here. Why? Because I want people to see, like, ain't shit perfect, nigga. You don't need to, like, fake shit for people on the net. You can keep it a beat. And that's what I was like, that's what I was touching on, bro. Keeping it a beat would be way better than lying, because now you're putting trauma on people that don't deserve that shit, bro. You telling the truth could save somebody else's life rather than just lying. And I can get, like, not telling the truth when it comes down to, like, criminal situations and shit like that. But at the same time, if you did some outlandish ass shit, nigga, then just keep it a beat. And I feel like if you did cause a crime out of a good ass reason, tell the truth. I feel like if you have every proof and everything behind it that's helping you even advance, oh, well, not advance, but helping you in that case, then take that chance. The fuck are you doing? I feel like I don't know. I don't really know where. Everybody's true fear of not telling the truth comes from. I was always kind of blunt as a child and straightforward and honest, so I ain't never really give a fuck. If somebody was lying, I called their ass out for that shit. They was an asshole, I called their ass out for their shit. They stunk, I called their ass out for that shit. If some shit needed to change, I called their ass out for that shit. Anybody that really knows me know for a fact that I've always spoke the truth. And even if it made me look weird in the situation, I was just like, at least I got that shit off my chest. And sometimes it may have just been in the moment. It may have not actually been something that I needed to say, but I just said it because that's something that I felt in the moment. So yes, it was true, which also leads to whatchamacallit, like the more feminine energy, where they say, like, you know, more females tell the truth in the moment. So whatever they feel in that moment, it's definitely true. Like you can't say that it's not true. But after that, you know, it can, you can determine whether it's not. But I think that's probably like the coolest thing is the fact that, like, we're both, men and women are both capable of having feminine and masculine energy, and both learning to balance both, and being able to channel both, and being able to maneuver throughout both. So I feel like that will help a lot with taking accountability. Like, something that I was always kind of taught as a kid was think before you speak. But at the same time, sometimes you don't need to think before you speak. Like, some of the time you know exactly what the fuck you're talking about, and you just need to just get that shit off your chest. And like, people be like, how the fuck does this nigga even know what the hell he's talking about? How is he even talking that shit fast? Like, how are they talking that fast? And how can you even understand what the hell that nigga saying? I'm just like, bro, when you really start to, like, pay attention and be more self-aware and be so more observant of shit that's going on, you're gonna catch shit just like that. Like, it's hard for you to not catch shit. But that's just the way I see things and have learned about things. So I'm not saying my way works for everybody, because my way will not work for everybody. Simple. But I feel like that's really about it on accountability. I ain't got nothing else. I ain't gonna count. I'll be like, it's the weed. No, it's not, nigga. Stop saying that shit. You, yeah, you. The motherfucker that's watching is trying to say that shit through the phone. No. No, it's not. It's not the weed, nigga. Shut your ass up. Some people generally just don't have nothing to say else, bro. Once you done fully expressed yourself on a certain topic, you have nothing else to say, bro. But other than that, I don't need to explain myself to anybody who's not really purposely trying to understand, but looking to misunderstand. But yeah, I feel like actually no, I take that back. I feel like when it comes to accountability, not everybody needs to be right. I feel like accountability is really just taking, like, I said it wrong. What I meant is just like, you're not always right. I heard my mom say something earlier where she was just like, I'm always right, but I was just like, no. And Mom, I love you, and I know you're probably gonna see this video eventually, but it's kind of just like, no. Like, even I can take accountability and understand that I'm not always right. There will be times where I'm wrong. There will be times where, I'm still growing and I still need to learn something. I'm not better than anybody. I don't know more than anybody. I may know more than some people, but it's not on a competition level. It's just more because, I don't know. Like, I seek the knowledge that I wanted, bro. Like, some people pray for that. They wanted more wisdom and knowledge, so they got that. But besides the point, I'm just saying overall that you don't always have to be right. You don't always need to prove your point either. Some shit you can just leave it alone. But if somebody feels as they have to prove themselves, they probably fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. They probably fucked up. But I think that's what comes with wrongs. Taking accountability. But also taking accountability for understanding that you're not always right. Which is wrongs. So I don't know where I was going with that. But it made more sense in my head. But when I said it, it just didn't actually. Yeah, that's how you know the weed is. Okay, yeah, now the weed is starting to. But it's more high, like, anxious and fucking. Intelligence, I guess you could say. High intelligence. But, yeah, I think, yeah, that's really about it. I feel like I'm going to say the same shit if I really try to say it. It's like, positivity. Yeah. Anyway, though, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I think that's really about it because I can't touch on what I'm trying to touch on. But I feel like I touched on everything, so that's why I don't really think I need to speak on anything else. Especially by, angels, divine speaking to me through the birds right now. Yeah, I'm good. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, this is yeah, sir. Other than that, hope y'all like, comment, subscribe. If not, I can't force you to. But other than that, peace, love, and freedom. You feel me? I catch y'all in that video. You take shit. You hear me?